Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy KOD. Back with another bike ride video. We're going to the gym today, like always. Or like today, I should say. Sorry. Alright, so today, so I just want to talk about like some tips about people that want to buy an e-bike. Just right off the bat, don't be scared of like the road and stuff. Like you're gonna have to trust it. Like anybody can get into an accident. Anybody, it could just happen randomly out of your control. But always right side of the road and go straight. Like on the right side, stay on the right side. Don't move over to the middle, especially if you're only going like 20 miles per hour. So it's like don't mess up the flow of traffic. And ride with the flow of traffic, ride what you're supposed to. Always stick to the right side of the road. If the road is being constructed on and there's no bike path and people don't make a lane for you, if they don't move over, then just go on the sidewalk until you can get back on the street. You shouldn't be blasting 20 miles per hour on the road. You shouldn't be like going 20 miles per hour on the sidewalk as it is, but just to be safe, just go slower. So when you're trying to buy a bike, right? So obviously for the battery, make sure it's a 48 volt because you want to get some like speed, like you want to get somewhere pretty quick, and you don't want to be like too slow. If you get a 36 volt, you're gonna go, you might be able to go like fast, but not too fast. Like you'll barely be at 20, and your battery is not gonna really be all that powerful either. But you want to make sure that you get a bike that suits your needs. So if you why is the car stuck? If you, let's say you want to go to work, right, and your job is like about maybe like 8 or 9 miles away, right? So you definitely can just get a 20 amp hour battery, as long as you're not doing it like long travel. Like if it's literally like 8 miles away, then you're fine to get a 20 amp hour battery that will take you back and forth. Because you want to make sure that your amp hours are high enough for you for range if you want to get back and forth. So amp hours are important. It tells you how much range you're going to get. 20 amp hours on a 48 volt system is going to give you about close to 20, but barely. So a average will be like probably like 16, 17, depending how heavy you are too, and depending how you're riding. 25 amp hours is really good because you're solid. You can go 20 miles definitely. You can also preferably go for 30 or even 40. Now on my Aniioki AQ177 economic version, this one has a 58.8 amp hour battery, and the regular Aniokis that's not an economic, the regular ones, they have 60. So I'm getting like 80 miles of range. They advertise 100 to 200, but I'm getting 80, which is a lot. Like, cause I'm a heavy rider. Like I'm a really heavy rider, and I weigh 280. So I'm not really gonna get very far. If you're lighter than me, you probably will go further. Heavier riders are gonna have to get a powerful bike, so a 750 watt motor bike or a 1,000 watt motor just to have the power. And then what's also important is your controller. So your controller size is important. For a 750 watt motor, you definitely need to have 20 amps or higher. 20 minimum. but you need to have, preferably go for 25. And if you're at a 52 volt, you need to have 25 or higher. You need to have like at least a 30 amp. Or not a 30 amp, but a 30 amp is only for like, if you really just want to be safe, but also if you have a 72 volt system. So a 72 volt battery, but just your amps need to be high. Because when I had the Ridstar, I had the Ridstar Q20, right? So it was supposed to be a 1,000 watt motor. They only gave me a 750 watt, which I wasn't really mad about. Then the amps on the controller were only 10, so my controller like burned out. It completely burned out, and I had to get it. Replaced because the controller is not high enough. It doesn't have enough amps to support a 48 volt system especially with the 750 motor. So yeah, make sure you check out the description on a bike that you want to buy first. Check out the specs of the amp hours on the battery and then the amps on the controller. If they don't tell you what the amps are on the controller before you buy it, and if they refuse to tell you until you buy it, then don't buy it. Don't buy the bike. Because that's right there, that's a red flag. You should always know how many amps you have on your controller. Your controller is like the most important thing in your whole thing. Like everything runs through your controller. The display runs through it, the battery runs through it, the motor runs through it, everything runs through it. So you need to make sure that you know your specs on the bike you want. Now, you don't have to go super expensive. Like I'm talking like if you want budget friendly, under 2,000. Now, there's a lot of bikes available. There's tons of bikes available that you can get for like $1,500, like after tax. This version of the Aniioki, even the regular Aniioki on the site sells it for $1,400 right now, for under $2,000 right now for this version, the AQ177. And there's a lot of different options out there. Like if you want longer range, because when I go to college, right, I go to school, I go all the way from my house and then all the way to the campus, and that's back and forth. That's 24 miles for me. So I'm good for if I have a 30 amp hour battery or a 40 amp hour battery or a 60 amp hour battery. But let's say you want more speed, you can definitely get a 52 volt. There's a couple that are like, there's only a little bit that's under like 2,000. But you need to realize that more speed equals less range. And if your battery doesn't have the amp hours for it, then you really can't handle the speed. Your speed is just going to be like, you'll get less range. So your amp hours are really important because it's how you're gonna calculate how much range you're gonna get. How much range you're gonna get off the bike. So I always want to look out for that. Now, be careful when you buy a bike from somewhere. Like, make sure it's a legit site that people buy from. Don't buy it from Shopify, because there's a lot of people that scam you. Like, obviously, if the bike is like if the bike normally sells for $4,000 and they're selling it to you for $800, don't buy it. That's a scam right there. Shopify is big on scams because they'll sell you a product. They'll post a product that normally goes for like thousands of dollars, and they sell you for like super low. And then when you place your order, when they get a bunch of people to place their order, they'll put you a fake number saying, "Oh, we're gonna ship your order soon," and then the company they delete the website off the Shopify, and then Shopify can't even help you get your money back, which is dumb. So you want to make sure you always look out for scams and just buy it from legit sites. Buy it from like check to see if Walmart has it, check to see if Amazon has it, and then if it's a legit bike company that people have bought from, then obviously buy it from them. Just look out for scams. Don't try to cheap out on stuff. Now I returned the Ridstar Q20 well over a year ago because the controller had messed up, and then also the display. People will probably know which display I'm talking about. It's like it's kind of common, and it's absolutely the worst display ever. Like that display, it will give you like error codes a lot, then it will be failing, and then sometimes it will just mess up your whole bike. And then the controller, like for them, it's like a bunch of different wires. It's like 10 different wires to unplug. Whereas like the Aniioki and the Walkie, and I think Ihora, there's this like, it's only like 5 wires. Which is like, if you know how to wire your bike, then you should have no issues with switching out the controller and stuff. Long range bikes, like this one, get you really, really far, but they cost a little bit more. As of right now, the only bikes that I know of that have super long range right now, the top ones I know of off the top of my head, Aniioki, Ihora, or Ihora, whatever it's called, and then Walkie, because Walkie is just now starting to do they're starting to do an 80 amp hour battery, which is crazy. Yeah, those are the only 3 that I know off the top of my head. There's probably more that do long range. If you want to go like far, then yeah, definitely. But there's tons of options out there though, so you don't need to like get one that's like exactly like 1500. You can get a bunch of cheaper options. If amp hours aren't important, if you're not going to use this to commute to like I guess to work and back, and then you live pretty far from work, then I mean don't get something that you're not going to utilize the battery for. Like you have 60 amp hours and you need to you have a lot of range you can get. Here comes the bad road. Also, we're also on the GoPro Hero 12 with today we're using 16:9 display with the HyperView, Super HyperView, I think. So today is really just test footage. I was gonna record another video yesterday, or post another video yesterday, but I couldn't get rid of the borders. But you're supposed to do, although 8x7 is good for POV, but it's not good for like if you're gonna post to YouTube, unless you like, I don't know what they don't really have a software out there right now that can help you with editing your GoPro and stuff like that. Like there's tons you can upload to, but they don't have a legit like a site for like GoPro videos, which is dumb. Like they want you to do your shit on the phone, which is annoying. Next time we record a video, we're definitely gonna do we're gonna see how it looks on just HyperView or the wide view, and then see if it's better like that. Because I just don't want it to be like cropped off. Like you need to be able to see the road and the bike, so I don't want it to be like terrible. Like I said, yeah, just trust the flow of traffic with the bike lane. Like you're gonna have to put your trust in things. Don't be too scared Like me, I was scared to ride on the street because of the cars, like because I felt like I was too close to them when they're passing. But you're actually not. When you get in the bike lane is way bigger than what you think. Like, it's way bigger. It looks smaller on camera, but trust me, when you're in it, it's way bigger than what you think. Some I'll give you that, some might be a little small, but you can always just ride in the groove for a little bit until it widens out again. But you want to be careful because there might be stuff in the groove that might mess up your tire, or it might make you fall over. So you want to just be careful when you're doing that. But just trust it. Like, don't be scared. Like, you have to ride on the street anyway. They build them for a reason, and you gotta just put your trust in it. Don't be too scared to get off the sidewalk. Especially if you're going 20 miles per hour, you need to be on the street. Like, and get a mirror. Get a mirror on your left side. You can get one on the right side. You don't really need one on the right side because you're always going to be on the right side of the road. But you need to get a left side mirror. So if you have like anxiety or something, and you're like, dang, the car might be coming out of nowhere, I don't know. Well, you have the mirror right there on your left side. You don't have to get this mirror, but I got this mirror off Amazon. It was an upgrade from the one I had. The other one was like kind of like skinnier, but it was like shaking too much. Like, it wasn't an issue, but the mirror was small and it shakes a lot. Don't fucking go when I'm writing. All right. I hate people that do that. See? Yeah, just be careful. Just make sure you have your brakes checked up and stuff, because people do not stop at all. They go at the last second, dude. This thing is on HyperView, but that guy was like, I would have ran into that guy if I didn't slow down. But if you got pedals on this bike, on your bikes, that's really good, because you're not supposed to have, because there's e-bike laws, right? You're not supposed to have no more than 750 in California, but just ride like you're not riding a 750 watt, just in case. Like, just be like smart about it. Just be very smart about it. If you're going like over 30, then you might, I don't think you're not really gonna get in trouble. But there's a couple bikes out there that like the electric bike, those are expensive. They're expensive, but you get little specs on them. They'll go faster than the bike I'm riding, but it's just because it's it only goes to pedal assist 3 on this version of the Aniioki, of the AQ177 Economic, on that version of it. So, but that's only like, you can pedal. You pedal. You can go faster with on the electric bikes. I don't like the electric ones. Electric ones are just too expensive for what you're getting. You do not have enough stats, or yeah, you don't have enough specs on that bike for you to be able to, for you to want to pay like $3,000 for like a 48 volt battery, 48 volt system bike, and it only has like 20 amp hours. Such a beautiful day in Kern County. So you guys change the clock back an hour. But anyways, guys, like I said, well, anyways, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment, share. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, check out the video on the left hand side of my screen. And I'll see you guys next time.